What if I told you there are entire towns in America where you would double the population? We live in a world of megacities, suburbs that stretch for miles, and highways clogged with millions of cars. But tucked away in the deserts, the mountains, and the plains of America, there are towns so small you could know every single person by name. Not just their name, their birthday, their dog's name, and exactly what they had for breakfast. Today, we're going inside some of the smallest towns in the United States, places with populations under 100, to find out what is life actually like when your entire world fits on one street. You might think these places are relics of the past, ghost towns waiting to disappear, but they're not. They're alive. Barely sometimes, but alive. Take Monowi, Nebraska. Population 1. That's not a typo. 1 person. Elsie Eiler is the sole resident, and she also serves as the mayor, the bartender, and the librarian. She pays taxes to herself. She grants her own liquor license, and every single day she opens her tavern, just in case someone passing through needs a cold beer and a good story. Or consider Lost Springs, Wyoming, population 4. It has a zip code, a post office, and a mayor. What it doesn't have is a traffic jam, ever. These towns aren't accidents. They're what's left after the world moved on, after the railroad shifted, the mine closed, or the highway bypassed Main Street. But the people who stayed, they made a choice. So who are these people? Who chooses to live somewhere with no grocery store, no hospital within an hour, and neighbors you can count on one hand? Talk to them and you'll hear the same thing over and over: freedom. I can leave my door unlocked, one rancher in rural Montana told a reporter. I know every sound my land makes at night. I know when something's wrong before I even step outside. In small towns like these, community doesn't happen at city council meetings or neighborhood apps. It happens when your truck breaks down on a county road and 3 people show up with tools before you've even finished the phone call. There's no anonymity here. Everyone knows if you're having a hard week, and everyone shows up with a casserole. But it's not a perfect picture. Many of these residents are aging. The young people leave for college or jobs in the city and often don't come back. Schools have closed, clinics have shut down. Some towns are down to their last 2 or 3 families, holding on by sheer stubbornness and love for the land. So what does a Tuesday look like when your town has 47 people? You probably drive, a lot. Grocery runs might mean a 60-mile round trip. The nearest urgent care could be an hour and a half away. Internet, if you're lucky, comes from a satellite dish, and it goes out in a bad storm. School? Some kids are homeschooled. Others are bused to the nearest district town, sometimes traveling over an hour each way. By the time they're teenagers, many have driven farm equipment, helped birth animals, and managed more real-world responsibility than most adults in cities twice their age. Sundays might center around a church that doubles as a community hall, a potluck, and the only social event of the week. The pastor might drive in from another county. And yet, these people are remarkably self-sufficient. When you live somewhere that can't call a repairman at 8 p.m., you learn to fix things yourself. Plumbing, engines, fences, roofs. The skills that cities have outsourced, small-town America still carries. There's something almost radical about it, a life built not on convenience, but on competence. Ask anyone in these towns why they stay, and the answers are surprisingly similar. The sky. When there are no city lights for 50 miles in any direction, the Milky Way isn't something you read about. It's something you see every clear night, stretching from one horizon to the other. The quiet. Not the quiet of 2 a.m. in an apartment building, the actual quiet. Wind through grass, birds, your own heartbeat. And the roots. Many of these families have lived on the same land for 4, 5, even 6 generations. Their great-grandparents broke the soil. Their grandparents survived the Dust Bowl. Their parents weathered economic downturns. Leaving isn't just leaving a place, it's leaving a story. People ask me if I'm lonely, says one woman living in a town of 38 people in West Texas. I ask them the same question back. At least I know my neighbors' names. Here's the twist. Some of these towns are actually growing. Slowly, quietly, but growing. Remote work changed something. When you no longer need to be in an office in Denver or Austin, suddenly a farmhouse in rural Kansas starts looking a lot more appealing. Cheaper land, cleaner air, a slower pace. New people are trickling in. Artists, remote workers, retirees, people burned out by city life, discovering something these small towns have had all along: space to breathe. Whether these towns survive depends on whether enough people make that same choice, to stay, to show up, to be one of 47 instead of one of 47 million. America's smallest towns aren't dying. They're waiting to see if the rest of us finally figure out what they already know. Thanks for watching. If this made you curious about a specific town, drop it in the comments. I'd love to make a deep dive episode. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button and come explore more of the America you've never seen.